What's going on, guys? Matt from SBFishingTV here. We're doing a little fishing tournament. We're doing a 2 versus 2. I'm fishing with my buddy Alex here, and these are the goons that we're fishing against. It's my good buddy Matty Ice and Tyler. We're gonna do best of 4. Winner takes all. Bragging rights. We're fishing for bragging rights, but I got some awesome baits that I got in this month's mystery tackle box. I'm gonna show you guys in a bit. We're gonna get to the first spot, try to get some of these high, dirty water fish to eat. Donkeys. All right, really quickly, let's go over these lures that I got in the box. We're gonna start off with the Big Bite Baits Jerk Minnow. So this is a 4-inch paddle tail swim bait. I think that might do okay today. The water is super high and muddy, so I think something more like the Rage Tail Twin Tail Grub is gonna work pretty well. And I'm probably gonna pair that up with the Rear Loader Swing Jig, which is just football head swinging on a hook, and fish that a little bit deeper. The last 3 we have a Baker's Lures Popper, Max Lures Crank Axe with a nice Fire Tiger pattern on there. I think this might do well today if we can find some shallow fish. And then last but not least, and probably the most interesting of all of them, we have the Weston Duck. So this is called Danny the Duck. Something I really like about this that I was surprised about, most hollow body duck style lures you find are like pretty hard. This one's actually pretty soft and pliable, which is nice. Got super strong sharp hooks on here too, and it has a really nice walking action. So we're gonna rig some of these up and try to get some fish in the boat. Guys, so as you can see, the water is definitely high and muddy. Alex, how high up do you think it is right now? 3 feet?
From just a couple days ago, it's definitely up 3-4 feet.
Generally, actually we were just having a conversation about this. This specific lake, generally when the water gets high and muddy, the fish are gonna push shallow. Here we've found that they're not exactly pushing shallow, but they're gonna push back into creeks more. They're still in what seems to be 10 to 12 feet, but they're pushing into the creeks. Whereas this time of year, normally they're out on the main lake, you know, fishing points and bluff walls and drop offs, stuff like that. But they're definitely in the creeks. You just need to find the ones that want to bite. Check this guy out. Let's see if we can get a little bit of topwater action. Danny! So this is the Weston Duck. Again, it's like really pliable, nice and soft. And it actually has a really good walking action too. Definitely a bigger bait, but I don't think the fish would be too afraid of it. The last tournament I fished out here, we saw a little duckling get eaten. I don't know if you guys can see this, but you go from about an inch of clarity to probably 1.5 feet right here. It's just getting pushed into this creek too. It's coming down. We've had so much rain. Any of you guys on the East Coast probably know. Let's try a little square bill action. That Max Lures Square bill.
Go find some cleaner water.
Yeah, this is not gonna work out. I think we do need to find some cleaner water. All right, here we go. Got ourselves up in another creek. Water's significantly cleaner. You can see the stain line just running straight down from the main lake. We're gonna see if we can find one. We need our first keeper of the day.
Get that
Come
live
on.
well full.
Yeah, we need to fill up the live well. All right, we switched up to a chartreuse chatterbait. I've got that Big Bite Baits paddle tail in the back. Gonna see if we can get bit on a moving bait. Oh, right here, right at the boat. First fish of the day. Little dink. Look,
Put him in the
dude,
well.
look at that. He's not even hooked.
No way, it's through the paddle tail.
How nuts is that? Look at this, guys. He literally has this bait just jammed up in his gills. That's crazy. He's a good half pound. Just kidding, but that's not gonna help us. 14-inch minimum. But first fish on the chatterbait with that Big Bite Baits swim bait on the back. Hit it right at the boat too, really high up in the water column. Oh, I just got whacked, dude. Oh, again.
On the fall?
Yeah, I just real pause and they're swiping at it. Got him. Oh my God, again. That's the 3rd time. They're hammering it.
I'm gonna finish
I had them on too. Like I had that one like hooked up for a second. That's crazy. That's the third fish that I've had bite this in probably 5 minutes after I caught that small one. And I'm just doing a real pause, and when I pause it, they're hammering it, but they're not holding on. So that third fish that I just missed there, I had them hooked up for a second. But I mean, it's absolute hammer of a bite. It's cool. Get a bite. Oh, I just got bit. Got him. Oh, we're doubled up? Oh, nice. Oh, I got a good one. Oh, it's falling out of the boat. Oh, get him. Oh! That would have been a good fish. I literally fell over. I screwed that one up. I really had to let him eat it for a second. I gave him like 2 seconds before I set the hook, so I knew it was in his mouth. Got him. Decent. I mean, he'll keep. He's not huge, but he's good. Number 2. Oh, and look at that. Chatterbait popped right out. Here, I got him. Hold on. I got him. All right, I'll throw him in here real quick. Get in there, buddy. All right, there we go. I think those are probably the size of the fish, and maybe a little bit bigger too, that are eating this. All right, so that's the second fish that I've caught on the chatterbait setup with the swim and jerk minnow by Big Bite Baits. I'm gonna continue to throw this. I've had 7 bites on it. I've caught 2, missed a really good one, but the bite is really seems to be on the bottom. Like I'm giving this thing, 4 quick reels and then completely pausing it, killing it, and that's when they're eating it. I'm feeling that bite on like a slack line every time. They're not eating it when it's swimming. It's always on that pause. We need 2 more fish for a limit. Got him? Nice. Shaky? Coming up behind you. Take your time with him. Oh, it is a good fish. Okay, there we go. Fish number 3. Shaky shake. He's a 2 and change, yeah. Nice. Fish number 3 going in the well. He caught that on the shaky. 11 o'clock, 2 hours left. Get him. That's a fish. Is he a good one? All right. Oh, that's a good fish, dude. These summertime fish fight so hard. That's a good fish, man. Come on, buddy. Right in. That's how you want to do it. That's a 3. That's a 3. That's the limit, too. There you go. Nice work. Alex just filled the limit there.
You knew they were here.
The shaky shake. All right, my friends. So we have a limit now. 4 fish for about 8.5, 9 pounds. Catching them on the chatterbait, a shaky head, and a Carolina rig. The fish are definitely relating to secondary points. Kind of halfway back these creeks where the water's a little bit cleaner and it's out of the current from the main lake. So the lake normally doesn't have any current, but from all the rain, like it's kind of ripping. It's going, probably a mile, 2 miles an hour worth of current, depending on how much it's rained the last couple days, and these fish just don't like it, so they push up into the creeks, but they're still hanging around deep water. Like most of the fish we've caught today have been between 8 and 15 feet. So I've been throwing the chatterbait with the jerk minnow from Big Bite Baits around most of the day. I've had probably 8 bites on it, and I've only hooked into 2 fish, or 3, and then I missed that one big one. Besides that, I've tried throwing the crankbait around from Max Lures, and then I've been throwing the rear loader swing jig with the twin tail grub around a bit. Haven't gotten bit on it yet, but I do think it'll work because Alex is throwing around a shaky head and he's just, again, filled our limit. So we're gonna keep fishing around. Hopefully we can cull one of the small fish that we have, maybe figure them out a little bit more. All right, we're at the last spot of the day. One last creek to fish. It is way cleaner than the main lake. It looks really good. Gonna hope for a cull fish now. I'm gonna pick up the chatterbait, fish just that, and the swinging jig like I've been doing all day. We'll get into the other lures a little bit later, why I haven't been able to throw them and why I wouldn't throw them in these conditions, but I'm gonna finish this one off, hopefully catch another one. 12:04, we got 56 minutes. We need a cull fish real bad. 18 minutes. Time for weigh-in. Just to give you guys an idea of what we're working with out here, look at all this trash, just wood and like trees and coolers and stuff on the ramp now. That's how much it's blown in. Check that out.
Takes real skill.
Skill and preparation. We're finished up for the day here. We've got trees in our trailers and stuff everywhere. It's a mess, but we're gonna weigh these fish really quickly. Matt and Tyler are gonna go first. You guys have 3?
Yeah.
They got 3. What'd you catch them on?
Jigs. All jigs. Jigs all day.
Jigs all day. Ready? Zero it out. We'll just wet the bag. Fine. Calm down.
506.
6. Well, the bag weight adds a little. Come on. Come on. 659. Alright, you ready? Oh, pop it. Yeah, there you go. 10. Looks like 10 something. 10.83. 10.83 pounds.
Whoop, whoop. Good job, boys.
Finally beat McCluskey and boats.
We beat him. It was tough, super dirty, but it was fun. Here's some of the fishes we caught today. Not bad, not bad.
Not bad for that water.
Yeah, look at it, it's disgusting. Right. Gotta set them free. Oh God, it drops off real quick right there. He's like, what do I do? That was a really fun 2v2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So I really quickly wanted to go over all of the lures that I had to fish with, why I didn't fish them, and when I would fish them. So I stuck mainly with the big bite baits, jerk minnow. The reason that I did that, I was throwing it on that chartreuse chatterbait. The water being as dirty as it was, I find that throwing a chatterbait is one of the best baits that you can throw just because it puts off so much vibration. It moves a ton of water and the fish can find it. I had a really hard time putting that chatterbait down. I got bit 8 or 9 times on it, and this is actually a quick tip for you guys. Normally when the water's that dirty, I'll spray the tails of whatever trailer that I have on the chatterbait. I forgot my chartreuse spray in my boat, so I didn't get a chance to do it, but I think that in that situation where the fish are just swiping at a bait and extremely hard, I mean, some of the bites that I had were just really intense. I think with the chartreuse dye on the tail, that kind of gives them more of a target. So keep that in mind if you're ever fishing super dirty water like I was today. I did throw the Max Lures square bill around a bit, and theoretically this should have worked really well. It's really similar to a chatterbait in the sense that it's going to move a lot of water, make a lot of vibration, and stir up the bottom, so it kind of gives these fish something to feel and key in on. But the fish on this particular day were just a bit deeper. Now, definitely don't shy away from throwing this if you ever get yourself in conditions like this. Again, this particular lake, the fish just didn't move up shallow, but if you're fishing a lake, pond, or a river and the water's up that high, a lot of times the fish will literally push right onto the bank, and that is a time where the square bill would absolutely crush. For the 2 top waters, I did actually throw Danny the Duck around a bit, but we started the day off a little bit late. We didn't see any topwater action, and when it comes to fishing a soft topwater bait like a frog or the duck, I prefer fishing them in a little bit cleaner water. Definitely the opposite of what we were fishing today. It's not to say that this wouldn't have worked if we'd gotten out a little bit earlier. I don't know. I tried it out. It walks really well. I'm actually pretty impressed with this duck-styled lure. Most duck lures aren't the greatest. This one I can actually see myself throwing around quite a bit. The popper, I think, might have worked early on in the morning if we'd found those fish in the backs of creeks, if we'd gotten out earlier, gotten to some cleaner water, and maybe found like schooling shad in the backs of creeks. This is definitely an awesome summertime bait when you find clean water and you can find schools of shad. Just throw this right through them, or over top of points, throw them really shallow against bluff walls, or just around any sort of cover in the summertime. Early morning, late evening, can't go wrong with the popper. I did throw the rear loader swing jig a bit with the twin tail menace, and I guess it should have worked. I did throw it around quite a bit, didn't get bit on it at all, but again, when it comes to fishing that super dirty water, I think a moving bait or just something that's a little bit bulkier and creates more movement just makes it easier for the fish to find. Well, that is a brief overview of all the baits that I had, why I fished the baits that I did, and when I'd fish the baits that I didn't get a chance to throw around in those conditions. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on Carl's Mystery Tackle Box, and I'll catch you on the next one.